I'm going to show you how to level your illusion, restoration, mysticism, destruction, conjuration, alteration, all of the different schools very quickly in the Oblivion Remastered. There is a big change from the original in that you get experience based on the magicka spent, not on the amount of times you've cast the spell. So we're going to be using the Altar of Spellmaking. You can use this and craft your spells if you are, I believe, running the Mages Guild, but if you don't want to do that yet, you can go ahead and get Frostcrag Spire and get all of the upgrades for it. You can watch my videos on the Frostcrag Spire and how to duplicate and get money. So now that we have the altar, I'm going to go ahead and do my restoration because it's a little finicky. I need to get that up. So we're going to go ahead, and what I need to do is create something that's going to cost me as much magicka as possible while still be castable for my level. I can name this whatever I want. I'm just going to do a bunch of ones because I can. And if you look here, it doesn't tell me the level required to actually cast it, which is a shame. But we can go ahead and see if I go to my magic that yes, I can cast this, and uses a fair chunk of my magicka, as you can see here. But I'll get a lot of experience doing this. But as you can see, we have to wait for that regen, and that's pretty slow. So now we're going to go to the next step to make this faster, and you could do this with any of the schools. We're going to go down to the Deep Scorn Hollow. Now, if you don't have the Deep Scorn Hollow, you can check out my video on the Deep Scorn Hollow, but essentially all you have to do is go down to that area. And I believe you have to upgrade the pool at least, but it is another one of the player housings you can get that was originally a DLC. So we're going to go to the Deep Scorn Hollow, and I'm going to quickly show you how you can make your magicka regen not an issue extremely quickly. So we're going to go here. And we're going to enter the Deep Scorn Hollow. Now, once we enter the Deep Scorn Hollow, we're going to go to the left. I think it is. I think it's the cloister. And we're going to go into the cloister. Oh no, my dark minion. And then we're going to go to the left here. And there's going to be this Font of Renewal. But what we're interested in is over here. And there's going to be these Purge Blood Crystal Formations. So go and take it. Go and take it. And then go down here. And you'll see what we're going to do is we're going to go to here and we are going to look for Purge Blood. So right here it is. Put all three over. You can infinitely take these salts. Now, because we can infinitely take them, what you can also do is take these ones you just had and infinitely take the salts, put them all back. As you can see, it's a very quick duplication. Now, why are we doing this? Well, if you look, Restore Magicka is one of the effects. So what we can do is, because it is a food item, we can just down it. So we're just going to down a few of these. And now so whenever you're going, oh, my magic, look at my restoration go up, how quick that is. And now it's too low, so what do? We go and we get ourselves some more Purge Blood. We just eat a bunch more. And you can do this for however big your spell is, and of course, the higher your restoration, the higher your school, the bigger the magicka cost you can actually do, which means the more experience you're getting, which means you'll be able to cast more of them, and it'll actually speed up as you go with the amount of experience, which is really nice. So now I can go back and literally just go make a new Journeyman Restoration level spell, which would use way more magicka. That would then be possible to instantly just refill up with Purge Blood Salts. And again, you can see with just a few of them swallowed. And I've been here before. As you can see, this stays. So what this means is, if you've gone and done this once and you're like, okay, I am done training for now, you can go and drop these here and they'll stay. Or what you can do is you can take a few of these salts back with you all the way up to Frostcrag Spire. You can duplicate them there. And then you can just drop them by the spell-making altar and just stand there switching through the schools, leveling up your magic. And that would be another option. That would probably be the best option, because you could just stay next to the altar permanently, leveling up your magic. And you will get a warning, for example, if a spell is going to be over level 75, but you won't get a warning below that. So you'll get a warning, like it'll be an expert level spell when I tried to make some bigger restoration things, but it won't warn you about Journeyman rank. It might do that if I didn't have this +5 bonus, I'm not sure. But just try to get the best spell you can with the highest magicka cost, that's all that matters, and you can do that for all of the different schools. And also, if you're having an issue with like, well, what spell do I use? It's just going to be whatever you can cast on self that gives you experience. That's really going to be it. If you can't cast on self, as long as it gives you experience, that's good. And then there is the ability to double up on spells. I'll show you this since I'm heading back. This will be more of an advanced thing depending on what you're crafting. We're going to head back out. We're going to go to the Mage's Tower, just to show you a little bit more advanced spell crafting stuff. And I will say, what does suck about the Frostcrag Spire is that when you teleport to it, it puts you a decent distance away. It does the same thing with Deep Scorn Hollow. So just another little tip, because this is going to depend on what magic you have available. Some people might have a spell that needs to hit a target. If you find yourself not gaining any experience, that might be the scenario. What you can do is do a type of double spell. So, for example here, if I have a touch fire spell here, this is just an example. Let's make the magnitude 10. And I go ahead and do a healing one. And we're going to have this, you can see at the bottom here, the cost of the spell. As long as the cost added by the fire, as you can see, the cost is going up. As long as the cost added by the fire spell, the destruction spell, is higher than the restoration spell, it will be a destruction magic spell. So I'm going to go ahead and just put, I don't know, 2. All right. And the reason that I'm saying this is, if you find yourself, I named it 2. It's on self. So here it's going to be right here. Destruction magic on touch and on self. So because it lists here as destruction, this will level destruction. Now I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe in this game there is no requirement anyway that your destruction magic has to touch something or whatever. But if that is the case and I'm misremembering, you could do something like this. And I believe on self and touch are actually a lot faster to cast speed. At least they were in the original. So you can play around with doubling up here, and you will get the experience into your destruction skill, and you'll be able to mess around with it. Now, as I said, this is spell crafting. Other people will have more in-depth guides and things, but the essential rule is going to be, if you can get as close as you can to the actual amount of magicka you have. I have 200 magicka. So as soon as I can cast a 200 magicka spell, I should be doing it. Which, just to show why I'm not doing it, if I go here, and I go to self, and I go up to, let's just do 200, it requires restoration level of 70. But I can go back and cut that back a little bit more. 70. Cut back more. 70. Cut back a little bit more. And I can do this one. We'll call it A. All right. And if I go to my magic and I go to A. So I'll just let my magic refill all the way so I can show you the difference in the XP. That's fine. So if we go to my character here, we take a look at restoration. We are just under halfway there. So we're just under halfway. I'm just going to hold the button. It's 2 casts. And just under halfway, I already filled all of this, and I'm that far ahead. That's pretty good. And remember, we can use the Purge Blood Salts free, easy, to be able to just keep casting as long as you weave them in whenever you need to. And again, just take a look. I'm almost up to 52. You can get your magic skills up to level 100 in minutes, especially if you're abusing the Purge Blood Salts. And remember, you can take a few of them in, and if you have the expansions to this, you've upgraded the place, you can go up to your living area. There's chests here, you can duplicate in. And there's an entire basement over here. Which is essentially just storage that you can do whatever you need to duplicate in. So there's a lot of duplication locations. And then just be over encumbered, walk your way up to there and drop the salts by the altar. This is a player house, so it shouldn't despawn. You could have a stack here of 20,000 salts for whenever you want to level up your magic. Just hopefully this helps some people out. I know this is long-winded and I went through a little bit extra, but I know not everyone wants to go through the effort of getting 2 separate houses. Not everyone wants the effort of using the Purge Blood Salts or duping them all the way back up here. And I just wanted to make sure I gave as thorough an explanation as I could, as quick as I could. And when it comes to, well, what spells do I make to level myself up? That's entirely dependent on your character. It's entirely dependent on your character's levels of their schools. It's entirely dependent on your magicka level. It's dependent on you. So hopefully that helps you out. And if you need specific guides on how to do spell crafting or what's a good spell or how it works, I don't have any guides. I was just messing with the magickas to level up. Other people do have guides from the original, and I'm sure there'll be some in the remastered shortly. But hopefully this helps some people out that they just want those level 100s. They want them quick, they want them easy, and they want to breeze through them. I mean, I know this is a little long video, but you have to remember this will get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 level 100s. So it takes a little bit of time.